Okay, so here's our final little product here. We have created the footings and the set down, and it's always nice actually with the set down to revert this to shade it with edges, and usually you can see these set downs a bit easier, especially if you have some layers and some colors assigned to these. Might actually turn off the grid at this point. You might be able to see it a bit better as well. Maybe not. Here we go. All right, so there's our little thing. We've got our footings under there. Now, what we're trying to achieve here now is to show the centroid on this, I suppose, slab footing system. So how do we do that? What I want to do is just put a little marker at that location of the centroid. Okay, so to do that, I'm going to turn on the tool palettes, okay, which I'm going to get the centroid from, or the symbol. But before doing that, I will need to actually export the the information out to a file. Now that's using a command called MASSPROP, and I think it is somewhere on that. Enzo, can I just for a minute? Sorry, sorry. What I want to do is export it out. So let's have a look at that. So MASSPROP is somewhere on the on these tool palettes, but yeah, MASSPROP, MASSPROP is a command we're going to use. And because it's all unified now, I'm able to just select any part of this thing here and go enter. And that will give me the information, as you can see there, of where the centroid is and that sort of thing. And really that's all I'm interested out of all this at this point in time. Press enter one more time because my screen is too small. That finishes that command, gives you some more information. But what's important here is that I want to go yes here to write analysis to a file. Interesting to see that in release 13 they allow you to click on these things. This is one of the commands that they've missed. You can't click on it. It's back to release 12 version. So you have to type Y enter for this one. All right, so it then comes along and says, where do you want to put it? Okay, let's just call it, slab 07 is whatever it is. Just put it there. And that created that file for me. All right, so what I want to do next is actually go to that file and open that up. And I have got, now to open that file up, if we go here, 7 MPR, which is this one here, you can right click and open with, and you can choose a program, in this case Notepad, and that will open that up. What I want you to do is actually pick up these location, the X, Y, and Z location of the centroid, and maybe put it down here ready for use in AutoCAD later on. So we just copy that, Control V, and another comma. Don't forget the comma between the X, Y, and Z. There it is. Your numbers will be different to my numbers unless you're using my file. Oops, you don't want to be doing that. Okay, so leave that there for now. There's no need to save this, but you can save it like that as well if you want. Let's just then flick over to AutoCAD. Okay, now I want to bring in this centroid and put it somewhere. What I recommend is that you change this thing here to maybe 3D or even X-ray view. So let's have a look if that looks all right. Maybe that might be okay. We'll see how we go. Okay, what's important is to bring the tool palettes up now. Control 3 is a shortcut to the tool palettes. Okay, so if I go Control 3, the tool palettes come up. It's just a quick way of me, instead of trying to give you a menu, there are on the menus up here as well, probably under View, Tool Palettes there, if you want to use the menu, View, Tool Palettes, but we will go with Control 3 as well. Okay, what's important to look at is that it says imperial samples here and metric samples here. We're going with metric samples, okay? So you've got to be careful about, you just got to click in there once on the side. Would it let us go? Oh no, that's all there is on this one. Sorry, I'm in the electrical at this point. I do want to go to civil. Here we go. Imperial metric. I just want to drag that up to a bore hole or a bore metric. All right, so this is what I want to bring in and put it, if I can, right away at that centroid position. All right, so let's see what happens. It does come up with this select scale, annotative scale. It's just saying I'm working at 1:1, and it says it's not likely surely that you want to print this at 1:1. And it's right, I probably want to print it at 1:100. If I leave it at 1:1, this little symbol becomes so small, it'll be just a dot. So let's just go with 100 here. Let's choose 100 and go OK. All right, where is it? Let me just minimize this here. All right, what's it asking me? Specify insertion point, it says. Okay, so in theory, although I can't see it coming in, I should be able to see it. Hang on, there it is, there it is. Okay, it's there. You can put it on a different layer so you can see it better. But anyhow, 100 seems to be okay, but maybe it should have been a bigger number. I'm not sure. We'll see how we go. Let's just go back to our little thing we've got here and copy this. I'm just using the 07 there. Copy that, and this is where you go back to AutoCAD. And in theory, if I go click there and go Control V, so in this case you have to click at the command line then Control V. Otherwise, if you're in there, it won't work. Control V, and even so, it didn't work. Okay, so let me just try it one more time. Let's go to bore metric. All right, that comes in. No, it didn't come in. Try again. Bore metric. There it's there. Okay, so click here. Right click perhaps. Paste. There you go. Right click and paste worked. Let's see what happens. Enter. In theory, somewhere in here we have a symbol which we can't see. Maybe. Let's see.
Circle come up.
You got a circle. Yeah, it's a circular thing. But where is it? There is zeroing in. It's a bit small though. I'm not sure if it's the right scale. Block reference. Yeah, it's supposed to be 1:100. If I just click on it, right click and go to properties, all right, should be able to see here that it's annotative. It is. It hasn't done the annotation. It hasn't changed to 100. So I have to click here, add, and go 100 and go OK. That's right. Yeah, you have to do something else. Yes, I add 100, and you also have to go down here and change this to 100. There you go. That's it. All right. So I just went down here and changed it from 1:1 to 100. It's something that if we remembered to do earlier, we should have done. But 99 out of 100 times, I forget to do that as I just did then, and so will everyone else. So this is a way to fix it. Okay, you highlight this thing afterwards. So I just did a window, not a crossing window, knowing it's around about there. If found it, I went to my properties or right click in properties. I looked down here, annotative. I went there. I clicked on the little dots. After I click into the 100, I click on the little dots. I go add, and I selected 100 from in there. 100 actually it's not there now because I selected it before. So then I went and after I okayed all that, I went and selected 100 here, and this became a lot bigger. All right, nice to be able to put that in different layer as well, perhaps in different color. I'll just close that for a minute. Perhaps I should have maybe created a layer. I'll just put it in Sketch now so you can see it. See, I've got a layer there to avoid creating a new layer. And look at that, put the whole thing in Sketch. Let's have a look. Layers, Sketch. There you go. Let's see. Still can't see it, but so perhaps you might want to change that to the wireframe. You definitely can see it now. There it is. And if we just swing this around, you can see where it is in relation to the front-on view. It's about a third of the way down from the top of the slab, that is. So it's pretty good. And it's pretty much central that way, and it's a bit to the side over here because we took out a little bit out of the 50 of the set down there. So we're expecting that result.
So what's the purpose of us to work out that
There's no real purpose, perhaps in precast construction. If you're an engineer designing stuff like that, you want to know what the centroid is for lifting moments and that sort of thing. So, so that's the story there, yeah. Not necessarily for domestic design. Sir, how can I help you? Question? Yes? Go for it. Oh, yes, come over here. Oh, I'm still recording. I'll just stop this for a minute. Okay, so let's stop recording.